Knowledge Bandara, an animated video presenting the world's best-selling books. Hello friends, welcome back to Knowledge Bandara. This week I am unfolding How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's a self-help book written by Dale Carnegie in 1936. It remains as one of the timeless classics till today. The book is designed to help readers improve their social skills and develop better relationships with others. It has sold over 30 million copies worldwide and has been translated into many different languages. In this summary, we will discuss the main principles and concepts covered in the book. So let's get into the video. Part 1. Fundamental Techniques in Handling People. The first part of the book focuses on 3 fundamental techniques for handling people. First, don't criticize, condemn or complain. Carnegie explains that criticizing or condemning others usually makes the situation worse and it can damage relationships. Criticism only makes the other person defensive and they are more likely to resist any suggestion. Instead, Carnegie suggests avoid criticism and looking for a constructive way to address the issue. In other words, focus on the positive and try to find a solution that benefits everyone. Second, give honest and sincere appreciation. People crave recognition and praise. Carnegie emphasizes the importance of providing honest and sincere appreciation to others as it helps build stronger relationships. However, it is essential to be genuine and sincere in your praise as people can quickly tell when someone is not being truthful. For example, let's say that a co-worker has done an outstanding job on a project. Instead of just saying good job, you could be more specific and say, I really appreciated the way you handled the client's needs on this project. Your attention to details and communication skills were impressive and it made a really difference in the outcome. By providing specific and sincere appreciation, you are more likely to strengthen the relationship with your co-worker. Next, arouse in the other person a desire for something. To influence and persuade others, it is critical to understand what motivates them. By arousing an eagerness in others, you can inspire them to take action and achieve their goals. Carnegie emphasizes that the key to this is focusing on the benefits for other person. When you can show someone how they will benefit from your idea, they are much more likely to be receptive to it. The second part of the book outlines 6 practical ways to make people like you. Let's see them one by one. First, become genuinely interested in other people. To make people like you, you must first become genuinely interested in them. This means listening to them and paying attention to their needs, wants and desires. Carnegie stresses the importance of putting yourself in other person's shoes and seeing the things from their perspective. For example, if you are at a party and meet someone new, instead of talking about yourself, ask questions about them. Show genuine interest in their life and what they have to say. When you listen attentively and show interest, people are more likely to feel valued and appreciated. Next, smile. A smile is a powerful tool that can make people feel comfortable and at ease. Carnegie notes that a smile is one of the most fundamental human expressions and it is universally understood. Smiling can also help to diffuse tense or awkward situations and help to establish a connection with others. For instance, if you are meeting someone for the first time, try to greet them with a warm smile. When you are interacting with others, try to maintain a friendly expression. Even if the situation is challenging, a smile can go a long way to make the people feel comfortable around you. Next, remember people's name. Remembering someone's name is a powerful way to show that you care about them and value them. Carnegie explains that remembering people's name can also help to establish a connection and make them feel respected. When you meet someone new, try to remember their name and use it in conversation. If you struggle to remember names, try repeating their name back to them or associating their names with something memorable. Next, be a good listener. According to Carnegie, a good listener makes people like you. This means paying attention to what others are saying and actively engaging in the conversation. By listening attentively, you can gain insights into people's perspectives and build stronger relationships. To be a good listener, try to maintain eye contact, avoid interrupting and ask follow-up questions. Show that you are interested in what other person has to say and avoid distractions like checking your phone or looking around the room. Next, talk about other people's interests. To make people like you, it is essential to discuss their interests. Carnegie explains that people are generally more interested in themselves and their own concerns than they are in others. By understanding their interests and concerns, you can tailor your conversation to meet their needs. For instance, if you are trying to persuade someone to support a particular cause, try to frame your arguments in terms of their interests. Show them how supporting the cause will benefit them or align with their values. shows when you talk in terms of other people's interest, they are more likely to be receptive to what you have to say. Final part in the second chapter is make people feel important. Carnegie suggests making people feel important as a way to make them like you. This means showing them respect, valuing their opinions, and acknowledging their contributions. When you make people feel important, they are more likely to feel positive about their relationship with you. The third part of the book focuses on techniques for influencing others and winning them to your way of thinking. The only way to get the best out of an argument is to avoid it. Carnegie argues that arguments only make people defensive and create resentment. Instead of arguing, try to find common ground and present your ideas in a way that makes the other person feel understood. Show respect for other person's opinions. Even if you disagree with someone, it's important to show respect for their ideas and opinions. This will make them more likely to listen to your point of view and be open to your ideas. If you are wrong, admit it quickly and emphatically. Admitting when you are wrong is a sign of strength, not weakness. It shows that you are willing to learn and grow, and it will help build trust with other person. Begin in a friendly way. People are more likely to be receptive to your ideas if you approach them in a friendly and positive manner. Start the conversation with a compliment or by finding something you have in common. Immediately get the other person to say yes. By getting the other person to agree with you early on in the conversation, you build the momentum and make it easier to persuade them later on. Let the other person do a great deal of talking. People love talking about themselves, so give them opportunity to do so. Listen attentively and ask open-ended questions to encourage them to share more. Let the other person feel that idea is his or hers. People are more likely to be committed to an idea if they feel like it's their own. Use phrases like "what do you think about" or "how would you approach this" to get the other person invested in the idea. Try honestly to see things from other person's point of view. To truly understand someone else's perspective, you need to put yourself in their shoes. This requires empathy and a willingness to listen without judgment. Be sympathetic to other person's ideas and desires. Even if you don't agree with someone, it's important to be sympathetic to their ideas and desires. This will help build rapport and make them more receptive to your ideas. Finally, appeal to noble motives. People are more likely to be persuaded if they feel like their actions are motivated by a higher purpose. Frame your ideas in a way that appeals to their sense of morality or altruism. The fourth and final part of How to Win Friends and Influence People focuses on leadership and how to change people without causing offense or resentment. Carnegie suggests several techniques for becoming an effective leader and bringing about change in others. First, begin with praise and honest appreciation. Carnegie suggests that one of the most effective ways to lead and influence others is to begin by praising them and showing appreciation for their strengths and accomplishments. This helps to build trust and rapport and makes it more likely that other person will be receptive to your ideas and suggestions. Next, call attention to people's mistakes indirectly. When someone makes mistake, it can be attempting to call them out directly and criticize them for their error. However, this approach is likely to cause resentment and defensiveness, making it more difficult to bring about change. For example, you might say, "I noticed that there were some errors in the report, and I think we need to work together to ensure that we catch these mistakes in the future." This approach helps to preserve the other person's self-esteem while still addressing the issue. Next, talk about your own mistakes before criticizing the other person. Another effective approach to criticism is to talk about your own mistakes first. By acknowledging your own fallibility and showing that you are not perfect, you can make it easier for other person to accept criticism and work towards improvements. Next, ask questions instead of ordering directly. Instead of giving direct orders or commands, Carnegie suggests asking questions that encourage the other person to think through the issue and come up with their own solutions. For example, instead of saying "you need to do this," you might say, "what do you think would be the best way to approach this problem?" By asking questions, you can help the other person feel more invested in the solution and more motivated to work towards it. The final part in this chapter is let the other person save his face. Carnegie emphasizes the importance of letting the other person save face, even in situations where they have made a mistake or been wrong. This means avoiding criticism or blame and focusing instead on finding common ground and working towards a solution together. By letting the other person save face, you can build trust and rapport. This will make it more likely that they will be receptive to your ideas and suggestions in the future. That's it from this book. In conclusion, How to Win Friends and Influence People is a timeless classic that offers practical advice for building strong relationships and influencing others. By focusing on principles such as showing genuine interest in others, giving honest appreciation, and listening actively, readers can learn to communicate more effectively and build stronger connections. In this week's book recommendation, I would recommend Train Your Brain by Squadron Leader Jaisimha. Jaisima is the world's leading memory trainer. He is the only Indian with the highest number of Guinness World Records in training memory skills. He has trained more than 2 million people in developing their brain, memory and concentration. It is for all ages. He has taught many easy techniques to improve our memories. So that's it. See you in my next video. Bye.